Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you have reached my FlossTube channel, Carla being Crafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also sometimes other crafts that I do and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is Sunday. It is August 22nd, and it is kind of a yucky day here in Southern California. It was kind of a bummer because it was actually chilly and rainy and not really rainy, but drizzly all day yesterday. And I was at Aaron and Stacy's house, and we had big plans to go to the pool. I actually had ordered some pool toys like diving rings and stuff like that for the kids that had arrived, and the kids were excited to go, especially Hudson. And then we couldn't go because it was really kind of chilly, and it would not have been fun to swim. So he was very bummed. And of course, the ironic thing is that later in the week, it's supposed to be in the 90s. So hopefully, if it's gonna stay hot, it is hot in 2 weekends on Saturday when I'm there so that we can go swimming, because I was looking forward to it too, and I was looking forward to playing with the diving rings and actually really getting some, fun exercise in that doesn't feel like exercise, and we just couldn't do it yesterday because it was just not nice weather. And it looks kind of like more of the same today, but as I said, it's also kind of muggy, and we're gonna end up having really hot weather in like a day or two. So that is the weather report from Southern California. I want to say thank you so much to all of you who are stopping by. Welcome if you're new, if you've never been to my channel before. I hope that you like what you see. You want to hit the like and subscribe buttons and help grow my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, you guys are one of the lights in my life, and I want to give you a big thank you. I also want to give a huge, giant hug thank you to Debbie Sisk and Rebecca Roberts, because they both bought me a coffee this week. They used the link that I have down below, the Buy Me a Coffee link. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It is a link that you can click on to give basically a tip, a monetary thank you to the people who have it on there, and many floss tubers are using it. Some of them have the money dedicated for certain things. Some people don't call it Buy Me a Coffee, they call it Buy Me a Fancy Floss or Buy Me some Framing. I have it still as Buy Me a Coffee, and I actually just recently took some of the money out of there. To be honest, I was having a very financially tight month, and I used it and it helped me. And when I did that, I was like, thinking about all you guys and how much you have helped me in so many ways. And so that's what it's there. I mean, that's what it's there. If you would like to use it, then I would certainly appreciate it. It is not necessary, required, anything. It is just there because it fills a need that some people wanted to be able to communicate with the floss tubers or YouTubers or creators that they like, and be able to give them a little monetary thank you tip. And that's what it's for. So it's there if you want to use it. So as I said, I did go over to Aaron and Stacy's this weekend on my little family report. We did kind of celebrate my birthday again, which was really great for me. I mean, it was fun. Hudson, and unfortunately I don't have it near me because when I came in, I put my stuff down and it's in the bag. Hudson made me a crown to wear. It made me feel very special. So I have to thank him. He is a very sweet little, almost 7-year-old. I was just about to say 6, but in October, which is what, 2 months away now, he's gonna be 7, which is just crazy. But yeah, so he's adorable and very loving and caring and thoughtful, and he made me a crown. And then Reagan had made me a bracelet. She is I don't know, what's it called? Something loom. I don't know. They're the like little rubber band thing kind of things, and then there's this loom thing, and you can make bracelets and little animals and keychains, and she is kind of very into it right now, and she's making some really cute creative things. So when I got there, she gave me a purple bracelet, which I kind of would love to use as a hair tie, but the only thing is I'm not sure if those things would pull my hair, and I don't want to have to like cut it out of my hair, and I don't want to have to rip my hair out of my head, so I don't know that I'm going to use that. Although I could maybe use it over a scrunchie, like, you know, so that the fabric part was actually touching my hair and then that was decorating it. So that may be something to do. And then Logan was his usual sweet, kind of calm self. Logan is the cerebral, it's so funny, I see pieces of my brother in all of the kids, and and I say this in the best possible way, but the nerdy factor in my brother runs strong in Logan. They have very, very similar interests as far as nerd culture, let's say. So we had fun playing D&D this weekend, and the adventure that we're on is getting pretty exciting. And yeah, so it was just a wonderful weekend all around, as it usually is. And the only bad thing, and it wasn't this weekend, but my sister-in-law Stacy, you guys know I talk about her and my brother all the time. She has been through the ringer lately at work. Stacy works for a homeschooling charter school here in Southern California, and her job, among other things, but her core thing is that she does all of the onboarding and the registration and stuff like that. So obviously this time of year already is a very busy time and for her job. But on top of that, with all of the legislation changes that have happened recently with charter schools, and the pandemic has caused issues and everything, so her job just got like quadrupled. And in this time period, she calls it her tax season because it's just it's crazy busy. And on top of that, she works from home. She always has. That's what her job is a work from home position. But those of you, more of you because of the pandemic, know working from home often means that you are at work 24/7, and it's really hard to put it down, especially when there's such a mountain of stuff that has to be done. So she has been basically working continuously, and she hasn't been able to stitch in like over a week or more, and it's tough on her because she's gotten used to that as a very good way to relax and decompress, and she hasn't getting to relax and decompress at all. So I actually had been communicating with a FlossTube friend, Amy, Sprinkleski Stitches, and we have been talking for months about, you know, setting up a Zoom and doing a stitching meetup, and she had a friend that she wanted to include in that. And I was like, do you mind if Stacy comes? And she said no, and Stacy said she would. So we are gonna have a stitching meetup this afternoon for the four of us, and I think it's gonna be fantastic. I'm so excited to see that. So hopefully my video will upload easily and everything will be done so that I can sit down and enjoy spending some time with one of my best friends and a new FlossTube friend, and then a new friend who I've never met, and I'm just really excited about it. So I think her name's Kathy, so if you're watching, Kathy, welcome, or if it's after it was nice stitching with you. Anyway, so that is what the plans are for today, and then going forward in the weekend, I'll be doing more of the same, I think, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, okay, on to whips. As you guys probably know, last Sunday was my birthday, and I had said that I was going to start the Mill Hill Lionheart as kind of like my August lion. So I have done an August lion for the last, well, 3 years now, including this year. And as I did with my Black Cat birthday style this year, I chose something pretty tiny because I don't want my whip pile to really grow. I want to be able to, you know, finish this quickly, and you know, I'm trying to get my whip pile down a little bit, and I'm not really stopping with the new starts because there's been a couple things that were really important to me to start. So I thought with these two sows that that I am consistently doing every year, it would be a good idea to just choose small things. So that's what I did. So I started last Sunday, the Mill Hill. This is in the spring bouquet collection, but it's called Lionheart, and it's meant to be either a magnet or you can do it as a little ornament. I will probably put a loop on it so I can hang it on my seasonal tree. And I actually got all of the stitching done on it, so that all that is left now is the actually except for the tail. But the tail, the stitches in the tail are actually, you're supposed to stitch them as you bead, just for that section, and the face too. But so I got that done, and these little stitches in here are not regular cross stitches. They're like star stitches, I think is what they're calling them. So I got that done, and then maybe this week, maybe sometime this week, I will spend one evening doing the beading on that, which shouldn't be too time consuming. I mean, it'll probably take an evening to do. Here's the little bead pack. I always separate my colors out. I actually kind of enjoy doing that, and then of course I can label them and keep them because they're Mill Hill beads, and they, you know, I can keep the colors. So I have a whole box of little jars of bead colors already, and the first thing I do is I check and see if I already have the colors that are included in here, so I can just put them in the jar that I already have. If not, I create a new jar and then I keep it. Okay. So on to the stitching. Last night, I brought my sampler Osha with me on to Anastasia's, and I was able to stitch on it a bit yesterday. I stitched while we were playing D&D a little bit, and then while we were watching a movie last night. This is Jardin Privé. This is the first, what I would consider true sampler, you know, with all of the different alphabets on it that I saw and really had a desire to stitch. And I love it. And I'm really not a sampler person. I don't typically like them. I mean, I like looking at them when other people do them, but it's not something I really have the desire to stitch. But this one just totally spoke to me. So last September I started it, and I'm more than halfway done, and I really think that if I do a push, I could get this done by the end of the year. I'm doing this on a 20 count Aida using a Sulky, which is a combo that I really enjoy using. I'm using a variegated or a blendables for the main stitching, and then I have two colors as accents. I'm using purple for all the cats, and then a little pink for all the little things like the hearts and mice and stuff like that. So yesterday I added the E, F, and G in this top alphabet, and then I did this little heart, this little bunny, which I think is totally cute, and I started on the big tree in the middle. And as I said, this is a Sulky blendables. My colors, you know, purples and pinks and blues all blended together, and I think it's really pretty. And this is a fun pattern stitch, and I kind of like the little icons, because when you finish a little icon, you feel like you got to finish, you know. So you know, it's a constant feeling of accomplishment working on something like this. And I do have this, and actually I have everything. I have scissors in here, and I have glasses, and I have a hoop. I have it all in this little bag that the kids gave me for Valentine's Day this year. Best aunt ever. And purple roses to remind us all of my mama. And yeah, so this is kind of like one of my go-to travel projects when I'm going to their house for the weekend. So it's nice to have everything in this little bag. Okay. I worked on Enchantress of the Abyss. This is a recent start this month. A Bella Filipina mermaid. I really, you know, I think I'm noticing a pattern in my own, the patterns that I like. I'm tending towards black cats, which you guys have all known that already, and mermaids. So for some reason, those are my two icons of choice, I guess, or the most popular. So this is Bella Filipina, Enchantress of the Abyss. I just think she's so pretty. And when you see her floss palette, you know, all together, it's just so gorgeous. I mean, look at those colors, just the greens and the accent of purples and magentas, so pretty. So yeah, it's no wonder I was drawn to it. And of course, if you've watched my channel at all, you know the big saga over finding the right fabric, and I finally actually created the color that I wanted by dyeing Aida, and which worked after a couple of attempts at dyeing. And that is where I am. So move down into, this is more the body, the tail that's coming in. I don't know if you can see in the video the fabric, how pretty the fabric really is. I mean, obviously you can see that it's sparkly and you can see that it's dark, but I'm really happy with the way I was able to get, I mean, it's like mostly blue, but there's also green and sort of a more tealy kind of colors that are shining through. So it really did, I was able to achieve what I was looking for as far as color, very much. And I think it's just going to be gorgeous when it's done. I feel like I'm talking really fast today. I don't know, maybe I'm hyper or something. Or I'm overtired and I'm trying to compensate. I'm actually really surprised Baggy hasn't come over here and started yapping at me, because he was a little bit needy when I first got home. He usually is when I have spent the night out of the house. But I don't know, I fed him right away, so maybe he's got a full tummy. Let me do this one next. I worked on Night Creatures. Chart by The Gathering Place. This chart was a gift from Michelle and BeStitchMe. And I'm using mostly, not 100%, but mostly I'm using Mystical Diamond Art fabric, Mystical Diamond Art flosses. So I wanted a vehicle when Amy sent me these flosses, so that I could show them to you guys and try them out and that kind of thing, to kind of promote her Floss of the Month club. I wanted a vehicle to use a lot of them, so you know, I wasn't just a here and there thing, that I had a project. So this is the project that I chose, and I was able to pick a lot of the colors to put in here. And then Amy went through some personal kind of drama, as we all do from time to time, and hasn't put out a Floss of the Month in several months. However, the last I heard, she's going to be doing another one starting, I think, at the end of this month. So we should be seeing some new flosses soon. And as soon as I get them, I will show them to you guys so that you can get them yourself. So this is where I'm at. Did quite a bit more in the moon here, and brought the tree branches over. As you can see, I've changed colors quite a bit. The original like creature pods are kind of more in a gold orange sort of palette, and I've changed them more to like pink, magenta, that kind of palette, which is just a little bit more my style. And last but 100% not least, but I saved it because I'm really excited about this one, is another Bella Filipina pattern. Bellatrix. Love her. Of course, I was immediately attracted to her because she has a black cat with her. And as I said before, I see her as my my D&D character, Morgana. So I am a cleric. My character is a cleric. And we're going to be making some changes after this adventure to my character, because my character was not a character that I, those of you who play D&D will understand. Those of you who don't, I will be talking a foreign language for a few seconds. I didn't create the character. So when my brother started this game with his kids want to play D&D. He, of course, wanted to accommodate that, and he started playing with them several years ago. So, of course, he created several, like, NPCs, non-playing characters, to go along with the two of them on these adventures. And when I started playing with them about, I guess, a year ago now, or maybe a little bit over that, I was just going to play, like, on a one-off kind of thing, and they gave me this character to play. And everybody collectively decided that it was fun when I was a part of the game, so I kind of joined permanently, and this character became mine. But I didn't develop her, and in fact, my brother didn't develop her the way you might develop a character that you were that we were intending to be your character. So he chose some things kind of to make her interesting, which she is, that maybe you wouldn't normally pick if you were creating a character for yourself. But I've had to work around it. And so there's a few things that we're going to, change as far as the class that she is. And I'm going to add some stuff so that I can get a few things that I want. But anyway, so I see her as this Bellatrix. So although it's called Bellatrix, in my mind it's Morgan or Morgana, my character. And so I worked some more on her hair. When I showed her to you last week, I had done a lot on her hair. I worked a little bit more on her hair, but I got her face. And I think she's really pretty. So, and then this kind of blank area right there is all going to be beaded because that's her big earring. So yeah, so I got quite a bit done on her. More of the hair, and then of course the face, which just immediately gives her personality. So I think she's really pretty. And it's hard because it's like, I love all of these projects, and I want to be an octopus and be able to stitch on 4 projects at once, and I can't. And that's frustrating because I want to do them all the time. Okay, so that was it for my stitching this week. I had one day, actually I guess 2 days that I didn't stitch, because Friday night when I traveled over there, I say traveled, it's half an hour, but it's still, by the time I got to their house and got settled and we had dinner and stuff, just stitching didn't happen on Friday night. And I think Thursday night, I had seen some YouTube video and somebody was like doing a ThredUp haul, which if you don't know is an online thrift store. And I got in my head that I wanted to go on ThredUp and do a search, and I spent hours on there, and I put together this big cart. And then when I got done doing all that, and I looked at it, and I'm like, I don't need to spend money, and I certainly don't need clothes, and I deleted it all. But it was a fun way to waste a couple hours doing shopping, window shopping basically, because I never purchased any of it. But speaking of shopping, I do have actually a bigger haul to show you guys than I usually have. And I have to say, I did not actually buy any of this stuff. I did. I ordered it. I talk about her all the time. My best friend Tracy. She sent me a birthday gift card for 123 Stitch. But not only that, she had sent me a couple other gift cards over the past year for different things that I hadn't used. I have ordered from 123 Stitch. I just hadn't used those gift cards. And so I had a nice chunk of change there that was sitting at 123 Stitch. And on Sunday night, I'm like, it's my birthday. I want to do a haul. And I'm like, this is the perfect time to use it. I mean, she got me those things for a reason, you know, so that I could order stuff. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to go in. I'm just going to go hog wild. And I did. And it all, well, it didn't quite all come. There's a couple pieces. I got a set of 4 things, and one of them's coming later. So it'll probably come this week and I'll show it to you. But okay, so here is all the stuff I got with my 123 gift cards. So the first thing is a tote, a plastic canvas tote. Those of you who have been watching me from the very beginning know that I can't even say part. What started the journey on me stitching was that I got my mom a plastic canvas tote during the holiday season 2018. And she loved it. It was, you know, it was a plastic canvas with these little cat faces on it. And I thought maybe she might be able to do it because she was always a wonderful stitcher, although her hands, she had problems with her hands. She loved it, and she was like, she wanted it and didn't think that she would be able to do it. And so she said, please, will you just make it for me? So I said yes. So around the first of the year, I started making it for her. At the time, I was doing diamond painting. Like every night, I would come home from work, I'd eat something, and I would diamond paint for hours. And I was enjoying it so much, but I wanted to do this tote for my mom. So I would stop diamond painting like an hour before bed and spend that last hour in bed working on the plastic canvas tote. So basically doing needlepoint with yarn on plastic canvas. And I realized that I really, really enjoyed the stitching. I was just enjoying it. So that was why I decided to get a small needlepoint kit and a small counted cross stitch kit to try out. And I got those. They arrived like March 11th, something like that. That was my first full-on stitching experience and loved it. Went crazy from there. And bought. Became a stitcher and started a FlossTube channel in June. So that's the history. So when I was on 123 Stitch, I don't even know what I had searched. Maybe I searched Laurel Birch, maybe I searched cats, I don't know. But this came up. It's another plastic canvas tote. I think it's also by Designworks. I think it's the same company. I've told you guys before, I really love Laurel Birch. And here it is. So this one, the one I did for my mom was, you did it in little squares. And this one, obviously, you're doing it in one big piece. And it comes with the yarn and everything. So I've worked on plastic canvas. I mean, I think everybody who's done any kind of craft stitchy type things worked on plastic canvas if you were around in the 80s. And I did. You know, I think that this is adorable. It's going to be good as like maybe a stitchy bag. I have the one I made my mom after she passed. I got it back. Honestly, it's still in a box in my trunk, a box of stuff from my mom that I just haven't brought into the house yet. And part of that's just being lazy. Part of it is an emotional thing that I just don't know if I'm ready to haul it out, but it's in my car, so I have it. But eventually I'll work on this one too. And how cute is that? Pretty cute. And there's sequins in there, so oh yeah, these are sequins on the background. So I love the Laurel Birch cats, and this is gonna kind of be a little bit even nostalgic to do just because it's similar to what started the whole journey for me. So that was the big thing. For whatever reason, I became very attracted to these wooden floss holders. There's a lot more that were online. And actually I have one that I ordered from Amazon that is supposed to arrive next month. So this one I got from Amazon. And these two I got from 123 Stitch. And I had actually like 5 or 6 in my cart, and then I decided to no, just get the 2 that you really like. So they're by Buratini. Oops. Yeah, let me take them out of the plastic. So cute. So they're floss drops. I would probably put stickers on the back with the numbers. So obviously they're only going to be for projects that have a smaller amount of floss. But I do use floss cards, and so I will like using these too. So these are the 2 that I got from 123 Stitch. I think there might be another one that's back ordered that's coming as well. They're so cute. So I almost want to display them too. I don't want to like stick them in a drawer because they're too cute. And then this one I got from Amazon, and then there's another one I got from Amazon that, as I said, is coming later. And this one is kind of cool because, well, 2 things about it. First, it is numbered, so you don't have to label it because you can just label a piece of paper. You put that on the back with the numbers. And it came with a matching needle minder. I haven't even opened these things yet. You're getting the full-on experience here. Okay, now you're getting the experience of me not knowing how to open this little bubble wrap package. There we go. Okay, so it comes with this little matching needle minder with the sleeping kitty. And these are from Wood and Cat on Instagram, woodandcat.com, but I got it on Amazon. Okay. And as I said, I ordered 4 patterns that kind of are a set. So these are Mill Hill kits, but they're on fabric, not on perforated paper. And there are 4 black cats. So this one is called Coal. And this comes with the orange fabric, so you're stitching the cat and then the corners. This one is called Cinder. This one is called Ashes. So these 2 are orange fabric, and then the other 2 are green fabric. And then the last one, which is on back order that I'll get this week, is called Smoky. So I just thought, I don't know, these are just like really adorable to me. And I think they would look really cute stitched and hanging together. And I was thinking actually that it might be cute to stitch them and then actually sew them, the 4 pieces of fabric together, because then the corners are gonna, like, you know, meet. The corners are slightly different colors, but they all are all tonal. And so I was thinking that it might be really pretty to like sew the 4 pieces together and then frame it as one big thing. So I might do that. Who knows when I'm gonna start it, but that is a plan. And then the last 2 things in this haul are 2 Mermaid Charts. that, as I said, I've just been into the mermaids lately. This is a Satsuma Street, which I have stitched the Satsuma Street Leo and really enjoyed her chart, just the bright stitching, and the, I don't want to say simplistic, I don't mean simplistic in a bad way, but the simplistic forms, kind of the block stitching, that is her style, and I just really like this one. So this is called Mermaid Lagoon. And then this one is a Ibatakori. I've never stitched any from that pattern house before, but I really like this. It is Never Stop Dreaming because only the dreamer can fly. I don't know if I would stitch the words, actually. I just really like the picture. I like the mermaid with her little fish balloons. I think that's really cute. So, and then as I said, there's a couple pieces. Let's see, what do I have back ordered? Does it say on here? It does not. No. Oh yeah. They had a cute like necklace that was on sale for like, it was on clearance for like $4. So I ordered that. I have another thread organizer. So there is going to be another cat one coming, and then the fourth one of these, and the fourth one of these, and then I also got a skein of silk. Honestly, because with the gift cards, I wanted to make sure I was using up the whole gift card. It's just easier that way. So I ended up paying like $3 extra or something like that. But I wanted to make sure that the gift card got used up because, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes when you get, you know, you have like a couple dollars left on a gift card. So that's what I did. Anyway, so that's my haul. It is very, very large haul for me. I don't usually have that much stuff at one time. I feel almost a little bit guilty, but you know what? It was his birthday present from my friend, basically, that she, you know, as I said, she sent me gift cards over the past year, and I just decided to use them all at once and just go to town. So yeah, so that was it. So my plans for the coming week, as I said, to continue stitching my August projects. I'm enjoying the progress I'm making on them, and I think I'm getting some good progress. And then I need to start to decide what my projects are going to be for September. Oh, lost my train of thought there. Sorry, you guys. My plan, I think, for September is to pull out my Halloween type stitching and focus on those, because I have a couple of them, and I think I can get a finish on a couple. I mean, one of my Halloween ones was Moonstruck, which I finished earlier this year, so that's great. But I have the filigree pumpkin, and then I have an ink circles that I really think I could get finished if I make it a focus piece for September. And then I have my bigger Glendon Place, which I don't think I can get finished right away, but I do want to make some progress on it. Then, so that's what I have planned for September. And then in October, I think I'll continue on those. But I also, in the last couple months of the year, I do want to have a focus on getting projects finished. So I need to go through and look through my WIP list and pull out the projects that I think with a little bit of focus can actually get done. So I can get my WIP list down, and then, you know, then think about next year if I want to set guidelines for myself on like no new starts, which I'm not a no new starts person. I really am not. I want to be able to start what I want to start when I want to start it. But I also don't want my whip list to get, when I say out of control, I mean for me. I've seen whip parades with people who have hundreds, and I love watching those whip parades, and as long as it's not stressing the stitcher out, it does not matter how many whips you have. It really doesn't. And people who make judgments about that, I think it's really weird. Like, why would you make judgments about somebody else's number of projects? That's silly. It's just as silly as making judgments of people who only have one project. You know, if somebody likes to start and finish a project before they start another project, more power to them. They end up with finished projects, and I have a big pile of half-finished projects. So, so I don't judge somebody who has a large whip list, but my whip list has kind of grown in the last couple of years, and it's at a place where I'm on the edge of being uncomfortable and feeling like I'm not accomplishing as much as I would want to. So I do want to make a little bit of a push towards the end of the year to get some whips completed. Partly because I do want to start things, and I don't want the pile of whips to get to where I'm uncomfortable. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles a little bit. As you can see, I've got all kinds of like projects and patterns that I'm excited to start. I mean, for the most part, all of my projects and patterns that I have purchased, I really want to do. I kind of am beyond the point. When I first started stitching, you know, you just want to kind of acquire things. And so I got a bunch of stuff that when I look at it now, I'm like, I'm not ever going to really stitch that. So those are things that, you know, you pass on maybe. But I'm at the point now where, for the most part, I think when I get something, it's because I really love it for some reason. You know, but I still think I would have to live to be 300 to get through everything that I have. So I gotta get, you know, I gotta get working on it. Anyway, so that is something I need to think about during the coming week, is what my September plans are going to be. You know, set that in stone and then start thinking about for the rest of the year, which I have already done to a little bit. So yeah, so that is the plans for this week going forward. I don't think I have anything else to talk to you guys about. I hope that you have a great week coming up. I can't believe we're at the end of August already. This week is this year. It's been, you know, it started out such a difficult year for me. Losing my mom obviously is something that is going to affect me for the rest of my life, but it definitely did affect me this year. It still is. I have perfectly fine days, and I have days where I feel sad and blue about it. So yeah, it has affected me. I think for the most part, I feel good. But I gotta say, I miss her, and that affects me every day. And I know you guys understand that. Anybody who's gone through this understands that. I have little reminders of her all around me. The butterfly that I got in her honor, the stitching that I'm doing, so many things that are reminders of my mom. So anyway, how did I get on that subject? You guys, stop me now. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Have a great week, you guys. Until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. Bye.